Hey everybody, Nicole here with Salvotics and Repairs First Association. We're here again, sponsored by the Gadget Repair Expo. Going to do a live, and today I'm really excited for this topic and our guests. Oh my gosh, this is going to be one of the best calls that we've had so far. We have Jeff with us. I'm going to move him up here since he's going to be talking a lot. And so I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves first. We are talking about how to build a $1 million repair store. So if you are listening, you have questions, comments, please comment. And if your name is not showing for some reason, just put a little dash in your name, please. We're trying to fix that. And thank you all for being here. So let's go around and everybody introduce themselves and what you do and what you're gonna do at the expo. Tony, go ahead. Ahmed, you're right next to me. So.
Okay. Ahmed, this is Ahmed here. I'm the CEO and founder of Upluck Social and Unlimited Prepaid Distribution. I can help you guys with your prepaid needs and your marketing and digital marketing needs. Thank you so much.
You're going to be speaking for a 1.5 hour training on sales.
And I'm going to be speaking for quite some time. The second day, what time?
Training. It's going to be early in the morning, 8:30 to 9:30, 10. It's going to be a training, a sales training.
Sales training, how to close more deals, how to upsell, and all this good stuff, and marketing and digital marketing stuff like this. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, Jeff.
Hey guys, I'm Jeff Sandridge. I own the Smartphone Medics in Huntsville, Alabama, and I'm going to be speaking at the expo about how to build a $1 million business. I have a little bit of experience with that, so hopefully we can give you guys some tips and help some people get to that next level.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here, Jeff. You're a shop owner and you're doing it big, and I'm so thankful that you're willing to share some tips with people, because a lot of owners, they just kind of get so busy and they don't do it. They don't even think of sharing tips like that. And so I'm just really happy that you're taking the time out of your day and your time to come to the expo and actually share with your fellow shop owners. Thank you so much. Tony?
Thank you.
Hey, everyone. This is Tony Baker, owner and founder of GSM Warehouse, pre-owned certified devices. I will be talking at the expo about pre-owned certified devices and how to manage buying guaranteed devices and how to get your business to become a $1 million business, or that way. Was it that way?
That's right. Thank you, Tony, for being here. Okay, then we have, we got mixed up here. Some people dropped off. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Okay, all right, Dustin.
My name is Dustin Mahaffey. I am owner at Geek Boy Repairs. I do, I think you guys know micro soldering work for B2B. I will not be talking at the expo, but I will be in attendance. So,
thank you for coming. All right, the last show was amazing. Okay, all right, so let's get right into it. Jeff, what does it take? What is you're going to be going in depth at the expo. So I want to be really clear about this, guys. We're just kind of chatting today, but he has a whole presentation that he's going to do on day one. It's mid-morning, and he's going to be giving a full presentation on how he did it. His 10 points is how he's doing it. Oh, and we got Chris. He's back. All right. Chris, introduce yourself real quick. Oh, you're muted. We can't hear you. How many texts does it take to figure out tech?
Okay, it's still muted. Okay, work on it. Okay, we'll continue and we'll come back to Chris. Okay, got a question to Jeff. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, how do you manage take many vacations and still manage to make a $1 million store?
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the biggest things, because I know there's other people that make high incomes and things like that with their stores, but a lot of them really don't have any freedom, and they're in their stores 24/7, and are not able to do much else other than that. So that's one of the key things that I want to talk about when we are at the expo, because in order to do that, you have to do several things, and I do have it laid out in my key steps that I'll be going over. But one of the biggest things that you have to do, and I know the Benjamin Rosso talks about this a little bit, and a few other people, but it's just create systems and processes so that your store can run without you being there, basically, and also just to build a good team that's able to make sure that those systems and processes are followed through in the absence of your presence, so that you can kind of have the freedom to do whatever you want and go on vacations and spend your time with your family or friends, whatever you want to do. And you don't have to be in that store every day, busting your butt, like you normally would. So
That's awesome. That's great. Another question is, how long you been in business?
I've been in business for 10 years now.
Okay, fantastic. So you know the game. All right. Okay.
Right,
Awesome.
right.
Awesome. And has it been this big all the time, or is just the last maybe? When did you blow? When did you feel the expand? Like with the boom? When the boom?
Well, there was never just an all out boom per se. I mean, yeah, the last 2 years have definitely been great with the COVID boom and stuff like that. But we've been kind of slowly growing over the years. But I would say it was in the past 3 or 4 years that we probably really took off. And that's due to many factors. But in the beginning, I struggled a lot, as many shop owners do when they're just starting out. And we had lots of problems, lots of issues. And that's one of the reasons why I want to talk to everybody at the expo, because I feel like I've learned some important things from many other people here. Even Tony here, he's guided me and helped me along the way. And I'm truly grateful for everything that he's helped me with. And I think it's just extremely important to get that help and that mentorship from anybody that you can to help you get to that next level. Because before I was doing things like that, I was just kind of beating my head against the wall. Like, what am I doing wrong? Why isn't this working for me? And things like that. And I hate to see anybody in that position. And I just want to be able to help them however I can. And that's why I agreed to do this speech. And because I'm not a public speaker, I'm not somebody that likes to get up in front of people as far as that goes, but I do want to help people. And I feel like I have some information that can help people get to that next level. So
that's what I love so much, that this is coming from somebody who's doing this. It's a fellow shop owner, and it's organic, and it's real. You know what I mean? It's not a what if you follow this, I think it'll work. You know what I mean? It's working. So this is really awesome. And you guys, the tickets are free right now. You can do GRE free, but tickets are only $99 anyway. So if you don't hit this when it's free, you can always just do that. And the expo is coming up really, really soon. It's October 13th and 14th. Visit Gadget Repair Expo to view the schedule and everything that's going on. So so let's get back to the topic. When I want to keep plugging the expo dates so people know that this is coming up soon. So.
Okay. Last question to Jeff, then we're going to move to another person. Jeff, what your first 3 years or 2 years? What do you want to tell? I know you want to talk in the expo, but I want to hear. Just give us a teaser. Yeah. What do you want to tell someone that they just opened their store 6 months ago, a year ago, a year and a half ago, and they're not meeting their numbers, they're not meeting their expectations, what they thought it is? What do you want to tell them? How, give them something that to make them wait and be patient? What do you want to tell these guys?
Well, the first thing I would say is, don't feel bad. Because almost everybody's been there at one point. And it's just something that you have to go through to get to that next level. But the main thing is that you don't have to stay there. And there are ways that you can progress from there quicker than you would if you just try and do it on your own. And so one of that ways is going to be go to events like this, network with people so that you can meet mentors, you can get information, you can get training that you need to get to that next level. So going to the expo is going to be one of the best first steps that you can take, because there's going to be so much talent and information and mentors there that can help people to be able to get where they want to be and get out of that slump and get to where they can take vacations and make the income that they want to make and things like that in a faster amount of time than if you try and do it all yourself.
Right. And then what do you want to tell the guys? They say, well, I'm already in the groups. I can get all the answers I want in the groups. Why would I go to the expo?
Well, people aren't just handing out this information for the most part. I actually charge people to talk to me if they want to, get mentorship or business coaching and things like that. So I think it's a good thing. A lot of people are very guarded with the information that they've learned over the years that help them be successful, because they're afraid that other people may get that information and be more successful than them, or something like that. I personally don't feel that way. I want to help everybody around me. I feel like if everybody rises, we all rise together, because people have helped me to get where I am. So I want to continue to give back and help out everybody else as much as possible. But it's just going to be a lot slower of a process if you just try and get the information that you need from the groups and little pieces here and there. Whereas you can go and you can just be overloaded with information, basically write it all down and then just spend time putting it all into practice. I've done it. Many people have done it, and I've seen it help them. So.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. No, that's awesome.
Yeah, this is the thing about the expo. We're bringing all of these topics into one place, and people who are really doing this and really understand those topics to help the store owners, Tony, Chris, Brian, Dustin, what are your guys' thoughts?
Buy low, sell high.
Buy low, sell high. Brian's
I was speaking to Dustin before we went live, and I asked Dustin. I said I wanted to get to know Dustin a little bit more, and Dustin said something very similar to what Jeff said. He said my business has changed since the last expo, and his last expo was his first expo. Give us a little bit something like this. Give me more information about what happened before last expo, during the expo, and after the expo. Go ahead, Dustin.
Well, I mean, before the expo, I was mainly doing B2B, as in, if you have a repair shop, you send me your micro soldering repairs. And, even before the expo, I was, wholesalers have came to me and said, hey, look, I would like to use your services. And they, we're talking 10, 15 units a week that I can send to you. And normally before the expo, they would be like, hey, let me cut your price, or let me get a better discounts than what your normal rates is. And I would never do that, because I was then kind of under the impression where it's like, why would I want to work more for less pay? And when I went to the expo, I just kind of talked to a couple of other people that are in the industry like I am, and their thoughts on it. And we actually kind of sat down while we were drinking at the after party, and we did the math. And it worked out where I was like, okay, yeah, that makes more sense to start taking these wholesalers. Plus, at the same time, you're talking about consistency versus, if you're just dealing with 1 or 5, 10 different repair shops, that's going to be a very inconsistent workflow. Whereas if you're dealing with wholesalers, it's more consistent. So that's just kind of one of the things that I learned at the last expo. And not even that, it's mainly about connections. It's about who in this industry and who you can pick up the phone and call when you have a question, and I feel like I gained a lot of that. You say in the groups, that's just a profile picture. And, it's hard to find somebody that's actually knowledgeable and that's willing to help you. There's plenty of knowledgeable people in that group, but they're not willing to help. You'll see and not because I'm very active in the groups, but you'll see the people that are the most active in the groups are the people that are least willing to help, actually. I mean, they're active because they want the troll. They want to have a good time. And also you kind of get the same basic thing in the groups where it's somebody asking, hey, I've got this problem. And then you have a bunch of people saying, okay, this is the issue, without actually kind of describing how to get there. So I think that's something that was great about the expo too, is you had a bunch of different, I mean, if you think about this industry, you have a bunch of different paths down to this industry. I mean, look, you have Tony sitting right here. I don't know if Tony really knows how to repair a battery in an iPhone, to be honest with you. I know that he can sell them like there's no tomorrow. And then you have me, who I'm not in wholesale at all. I don't sell. I don't know anything about selling the devices to other people and all that. So it's just, two drastic parts of the industry, and we can definitely learn a lot from each other. And that's what you get at the Gadget Repair Expo, is just kind of a bunch of different minds, a bunch of different parts of this industry coming together to try to help each other out. And that's one of the large things I took away, not last year, but a couple of months ago when we went last time.
Yeah.
Hey, Dustin, if I can ask you a question, you do a lot of B2B board level repairs for repair shops, right?
That's all I do. Yeah.
Right. So could you point out, I don't want to give away the farm, but there's also other people out there that geographically will do some B2B with some local clients around them. Could you just maybe give a snippet of what does that flow process look like to you and your customers, the communication when they send you a device, and how do you communicate back with them Because I see that nobody has ever gone in the groups and said something bad about you, which is a good thing, by the way. So you're obviously doing something right in your communication with your B2B clients. But could you just elaborate a little bit on that? Maybe help out some other people?
It's definitely, I think you hit it right on the head with communication. I mean, there's a couple of things when it comes to B2B. And, you know, you'll actually, people say this a lot, B2B customers are worse than end user customers. I disagree with that, really. As long as you're taking care of them. An end user customer, for instance, you have to spend 30, 40 minutes explaining a repair process to them, right? A B2B, you have to take 3 to 5 and they're happy with it. You know, you just let them know, hey, when you get the package, let them know, hey, I've gotten it. And if it's outside of your queue time, like my normal queue is 1 to 4 days before it's back in the mail. If I'm on that 5th day and you haven't heard from me, you're going to hear from me. I'm going to be like, hey, this is a more difficult repair, or hey, I've got to order parts. Whatever the situation is, the client is going to be aware. That way they can tell their client. I mean, a lot of these B2B guys or these B2B micro solders, they're like, oh, my client won't leave me alone. Well, that's because their client won't leave them alone. If you give them an accurate time frame and an actual what's going on, instead of saying, oh, it'll be done a day or tomorrow, then they can tell their client that, and they'll be a lot happier. Everybody's going to be a lot happier. And it also comes to turnaround time, where I'm sure you guys seen people getting dragged in the groups because somebody's had their device for a month or 2. And that's just not acceptable, because then they have to justify to their client where their device is. And that's when people start saying, I want my computer back right now, and I need it right now, and I don't care what the status is, send it back right now. And that's when you lose a client, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Definitely. That's great. All right, Chris, Tony, do you guys want to comment a little bit on this topic?
I'll go after Chris. Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted to tell Dustin, please keep doing the breaking news videos.
I will.
Yeah, I love them.
I would love
No.
it. I would love to see that on a regular
No,
basis.
the best part, what Dustin said, he said he closed more deals after he had a few drinks.
Yeah, that's
It's the after part.
the after party. I actually wasn't there. My sister was there, actually. And he's the one that made me see the light, I think. But I don't plan on stopping.
Is she coming to San Antonio?
He is going to be in San Antonio. I just got to get him a few drinks in me or my sister before I pull that out. Jeff looks scared.
Wait a second, I didn't sign up for this. Not this
It was a
content.
little terrifying.
He's like, "Where's this call going?"
Chris, give me just one last question for Dustin. Just one question. You said, Dustin, that after the show, after the last expo, I want to pinpoint that your business has changed. What did change in your business after the expo?
The more clients that I got just from the connections that I've made, and the different mindset of how to deal with wholesale and the pricing.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's the question. Okay, go ahead, Chris.
Oh no, Tony, you can go ahead. I'm listening right now. Whenever there's people like Jeff in the building, sometimes you have to listen.
Hey, I learned from you too, man.
I was in Houston last week, Thursday and Friday, and I ran into stores. They were, asking questions, what's going on in the market, and I went and I visited a few stores, particularly 2 stores. One of them is selling 25 phones a day. Like, he's telling me, I don't know what to do, man. I don't have enough stock. I mean, he has stock, but he said, I flipped them so fast, it's not even funny. So the business is out there. The stores that generating 800, 900, 1 million, they're there. They're out there. They're available these days.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ahmed. I wanted to cut what you were saying about devices. What does Jeff, do you do device sales, repairs, just real quick, because I wanted to add into what you were saying. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go for it. Go ahead.
What was it, Jeff?
Yeah, we definitely do a whole lot of device sales. And in fact, there's no way that you can hit those numbers without doing device sales. If you're just doing repairs, you can't be in the millions.
Okay. Go ahead, Ahmed. I wanted to add that in there because that's so important.
And that's the magic. That's the word that's what I want everybody to understand. You cannot reach $1 million doing one thing. There's no way.
Right.
I mean, and especially in a small business, in a retail business, you have to sell devices. You have to do accessories. You have to offer insurance. I know Jeff is the king of all these things. That's why I'm glad that he's on the call, because he can relate it. The same thing, the guy in Houston, he's doing device, insurance, financing, repair, like unbelievably amount of repair, but selling 20 phones and 25 phones a day, that's huge numbers. And that's the $1 million+ stores. But fixing phones and taking screws off and everything, you're not going to get that $1 million. You have to mix and your style, mix your products, and you have to sell high end and quality things, and get that cheap product. I want cheap. It's not going to happen. You need quality, and you need to give value. And Jeff will agree with me 100%. Thank you, Jeff. Okay.
And here's a little plug for me, really quick. Not necessarily for me, but for a sponsor or a vendor and a sponsor who's going to be at the Gadget Repair Expo. There's a vendor going to be there that can increase your ticket average by $20 to $25 off of 5 minutes of your time. Pure profit, $20 to $25. Anybody know who it is?
Akko.
Akko.
Yeah. Huh? All right, Jeff. I'm gonna sign you up, Jeff. I'm gonna sign you up for Akko.
Oh, I'm already signed up.
You already started it.
Yeah, but I need to approve your account. So,
no, they're signed up selling it.
Oh, that's right. No, I'm so sorry. Dang it. Yes, that's right. Sorry. No, you are signed up. Yes. Excuse me on that. It's been a long day. How is that going for you guys? Have you pushed it out really hard and heavy yet?
We haven't pushed it hard and heavy yet. We had a lot going on the past few months. We've been implementing a lot of new things. We just now started pushing it the past week, and we've done a couple of sales so far, but we're still just feeling it out and getting the training for it and everything. But
well, if you need anything, any extra training or help, just let me know, or Akko know. We'll definitely help you out.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a great product. I think it's got a lot of potential. So I think people need to get on board with it.
Oh yeah.
What is this product? Are they just gonna send me $25 for every ticket? That'd be cool too. What is it?
It's insurance.
Yeah. It's Akko.
Ah, I got you. No, I heard insurance. The company name. I didn't know what it was. But okay.
Oh yeah, the device insurance.
Device insurance, but it's really easy to sell. With repair and devices. So every store that I've talked to that's selling it loves it. So
they've got a package that covers what, like 15, 25 devices. I don't remember. What is it?
Yeah, so it's one cell phone and up to 25 additional items like laptops, tablets, smartwatch, TVs. Heck, they even cover snow skis. It's literally like renter's insurance on steroids. Okay. It's flat $15 a month, any phone, up to 25 electronics or other items. There's a long list of them. I just saw a claim go through the other day, and it was a bicycle. It was a kid's bicycle that was stolen. And they bought him a new bicycle.
That's awesome. Yeah. I wanted to add a little banner here on the bottom real quick, but before I did that, did you guys want to say anything else about, did anybody want to ask any more questions to Jeff or anything?
I have one important question for Tony. Tony, how you guys doing with this hurricane?
Yeah,
we're pretty good. I'm sitting here at home.
Because I see you at the house.
Not like what we expected. I mean, we've seen worse. I just came back from a patrol route to 14 locations, a 4-hour drive. Everything is good. We got 7 stores out of power. The rest of the stores are good. We'll open it back up tomorrow. The warehouse is closed for today. We're starting to ship tomorrow. Everything is good. Weather is good. Everybody's good. Not much trees down here. My prayers to Fort Myers, who got hit pretty bad.
Wow.
Yeah,
down south.
Fort Myers and Clearwater got hit pretty bad.
Clearwater, all the beaches area. I live inward, so I live a little bit away from Tampa, inward, but everything else is good though. Everybody's safe, thank God. Stores are safe, employees are good, everybody's backed up. I want to add something. Now that the subject is all about devices, I mean, I have to jump in it.
Right.
Well,
that's your cue.
Exactly. Jeff and I started speaking about 4 years ago, 4.5, almost 5 years ago, when I got a hold of Jeff and he became our client at GSM Warehouse. We did spend a lot of times on the phone, sometimes for close to an hour.
Great customer service, Tony.
Exactly. Talking about how he can. Now, at that time, I did not know that what awaits him was $1 million business and a $1 million store. Now, for those who don't know, Jeff owns one location, correct?
That's right.
He gives so much time and effort and teamwork. I think one of the things that I've learned from him was teamwork. Of course, there's things you can't do when you expand so much. Owning multi doors or over 5 or 10 stores, it's going to be hard for you to have a family as a company. For Jeff, works out really, really well because he runs one location. He has, I think, over 6 or 7 employees at that location. All his employees are more like family, and we were talking about it multiple times on what he should do with them. And then from things that I've learned in the past when I used to own 1 or 2 locations, things that I've done with my team on building relationships, taking them out to dinner, party for the business, supporting your employees, and that created a bond between him and his employees. At one point in time, Jeff was really doing massive amount of devices. I mean, I can remember, him starting with small orders and then, getting up there with these large orders. And then we started like once a month, then every 2 weeks, then every 1 week, and then
That's awesome.
once a week, So when he added up that you really cannot do these numbers without devices, I back that up 100%. And I can tell you that from Jeff's experience, and I can tell you that from our own experience at Celtics. People ask always, how can you do $100,000 sales or $120,000 sales a month? We have multiple stores that does these numbers that can do, ranking over 100K a month in sales. And if I really want to split that fairly, I can tell you that almost 33% repairs, 33% accessories, and 33% devices. If you do have a store and you're paying rent and you have employees in it, why say no? For example, ACO doesn't cost a thing to have it in your system. Financing doesn't cost a thing to have it in your computers. Accessories, you can fill up your whole entire store with a $1,000 order. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is, don't limit yourselves. If you have a retail store, carry Samsungs, carry iPhones, carry accessories, do repairs for Samsungs, do repair for iPhones. If you cannot do micro soldering, here's Dustin.
Outsource it.
And I totally respect outsourcing. And I tell you guys, outsourcing until probably, we've been in the industry for 12 years. Until probably 2 years ago, we've been outsourcing micro soldering. We've been outsourcing every single thing that my technician, who I pay over $20 an hour, doesn't have to sit there and spend an hour on a repair, because how much you're making, you're making $45, $55 profit on your micro soldering, or even sometimes more, sometimes less. So instead of your employee spends that much time and take risks of breaking your devices or even, burning motherboards, don't risk it. Give it to Dustin. Keep all the risk to him. Outsource it. You don't have to worry about it. Have everything on an autopilot. And that's what Jeff does. He has everything on an autopilot. That's why he doesn't have to be in the store anymore. And that's why I don't have to be in my stores anymore, because when you have a system and you have companies and vendors out there who backs you up with micro soldering, with insurance, with marketing like Ahmed, with training their employees like Nicole, with devices like GSM Warehouse, and companies like that, that's how you're able to have your business on autopilot. I hear people say, I can't leave my store. That's a big problem. Jeff was saying that some people are out there doing $1 million stores, and Ahmed just added into that. You have stores in Houston that does $1 million business, but they've been behind the counter for 20 years. They cannot leave that business. And that's why they're not outsourcing things.
And repairs first brings it all together. I'm just saying. No, but I'm just saying. I just had to say that.
That's why you got your repair expo.
I mean, I'm at home right now, and my team is at the office. We have a huge B2B contract that we just landed 3 days ago when I was in St. Louis. They were here. They're getting all the deliveries. They're setting everything up. They're over there. I've got 7 technicians right now working on fixing devices, and I'm at home. It's not that I'm not working on the business. I just don't have to physically be there because we have the systems, processes, everything's documented, and my team can operate without me having to hover. And I built a team also, So I think that that's really all important stuff.
You have to be a leader, not a boss. You know what I mean? You have to be a leader.
Yeah, and you have to draw
Absolutely.
from your employees and your team their strengths.
Yep.
And understand their weaknesses too. That's okay, you know. But I wanted to announce, so Amazon is actually going to be at the Gadget Repair Expo, and they are open. I know, yay! They are open to taking meetings with anyone who wants to resell devices on their refresh platform. So if you have a ticket, you will receive an email shortly within the next day or so with a calendar link that you can schedule a one-on-one meeting with the person that's going to be there representing them. They also have a booth. They're a sponsor as well. And so we really look forward to having them there. If you are selling devices right now, if you're fixing and reselling, you know, maybe you're selling on eBay or something, this may be the opportunity where you can actually talk to someone in person about how you can get set up on Amazon Refresh and sell on Amazon. They are actively looking for shops that are reselling or wholesalers who want to resell on Amazon Refresh. And they want meetings. This is a big deal. Usually you can't even get them on the phone, let alone have a meeting with someone in person. So
Yeah,
take advantage of this. Okay.
That's amazing. So now you got
You have to have a
Amazon
ticket.
coming in. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
booth 101.
Right next to Injured Gadgets. Injured Gadgets has 4 booths. They're that whole section right there, and they're right next to them. You need to make sure that you have your ticket because the email is only going to go to ticket holders. Not everybody can just show up and have a meeting with them, and we're not just going to give out all their contact information. This is for attendees only. So I want to stress this very, a lot. If you want to meet with them, you need to have a ticket and come in person. Okay.
I do want to ask everybody that's watching to share this video, please. I mean, every time I speak to people or other clients, they don't know much about this Zoom call, or they don't even know much about the Gadget Repair Expo. Please share this video so it can get to more people. I'm speaking to so many people who bought their tickets once I speak to them. So this video is very important. It's very valuable information. Share this video so other people can see it.
Right. Thank you so much, Tony. That's a great point. This is a big deal. I mean, if you've ever wanted to sell on Amazon and you felt like it was too big for you and you couldn't figure it out, the person that's going to be there, I've spoke with her. She's extremely kind, and they're like, send them to us. We want to help them get on the platform. So this is wide open, and they're specifically coming to our expo for that. So do not sleep on this. They want companies who can fix and resell. Okay. So she was talking, she's going to be actually speaking there as well. So her big thing is they want to push more reselling used devices. It helps good for the economy. It's good for your environment. And so really take advantage of this.
There's a lot of changes in the industries, guys. There's a lot of changes in the industries. Stick around. A lot of big news in the industry.
That's
a
right.
lot of good stuff. A lot of good changes as well. I mean, good stuff like Amazon. I love it. I mean, I didn't even know Amazon. How did I miss that? So they're coming into the expo, meet with them, talk to them. You're not going to get this in any group. You're not going to get this on any phone call. They don't even answer their calls. So they're coming to you. It's your chance now to meet with them and talk to them. Go ahead.
For you to have $1 million store, I want to add this to it. Remember, there's people that actually have store online. So you can. There's so much that you can do under one roof. We spoke about ACO, we spoke about micro soldering, we spoke about devices, we spoke about accessories, repairs. Have a store online, have a store on Amazon, have a store on eBay, have a store on any platform out there. We are currently working on having an actual store for my retail stores online for selfixstores.com. We're working on adding devices on there to actually sell to customers. If you want to ask about the risk of disputes and issues like that, feel free to stop our booth at the expo, and we can explain to you how not to put your business at risk for disputes or anything when you sell devices online. There's a limit where customers can dispute, and there's a limit when they can dispute and you can win the cases. So you have to be careful because you don't want to hurt your business. Sell your housing. Because I've seen successful business owners who all own multiple doors still sells iPhone housings, motherboards, any scrap that you have in your technician room or on the back, sell it. Keep that money rolling. That's how you're able to refresh your money. That's how you're able to invest into more devices and into more accessories into your business. If Jeff want to add on to that, I know I've seen you guys carrying PS5s, scooters, and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, I mean, we'll sell any type of product basically. Yeah, we sell custom gaming PCs, any type of game consoles. We sell drones. We're an authorized DJI dealer, and we sell a lot of that stuff online as well. I've got an online store, and we've just been working on redoing our website so we can make that even better and integrated with our POS and all of that.
I was going to ask him how much out of that in financing. How much out of that in financing? And I don't sell finances, but I do recommend it for a lot of the stores that are struggling and try to get more clients into their doors. It works out really good when you advertise a $50 down payment. It catches attention. It's a very, very smart way to advertise. When you advertise you finance phones, you're going to have more clients that can't spend $1,000 on a phone. So how much out of that in financing, and how much finance has helped you?
Financing is huge. We sold devices before we offered financing, and it was just kind of slow. But once we started offering financing, things really took off and blew up for us, especially if you're able to advertise it in the right places in the right ways, which I'm going to be going into a little bit when we talk at the expo about the best ways to advertise the devices that you have and the financing options that you have. But it's huge, and that's another thing that I don't think you can hit those numbers without offering financing either.
Yep, I second that. Yeah.
Well, there's so many different financing options. I mean, there's one in-house, like a rent-to-own, like RTO Mobile. Chris, you're familiar with that. You're using that.
Yes.
There's a SEMA. There's other ones.
PayVantage. Yeah.
PayVantage is a big one. Yes. So there's lots of different ways, for you to be able to do it. So, and the financing. One of the things that I hear once in a while is, well, I'm not going to put my customer further in debt. And so here's my one-line response to that: if you don't, somebody else will.
Right.
Who said that?
Oh, I hear it quite a bit. Dustin, you've probably heard it in the groups a few times.
I do. I think that's more talking to. I don't want to say any names, but sometimes people are selling $1,000 device for 200-300% over.
Well,
that's mainly what they're talking about. But
advice on that. I'll give an advice on that. This business, if you are in this business to feed your family, to support your household and everything, when you do that, there's a limit to this. You can do this for 3 months, 6 months until you're shut down. And when you're doing $100,000 with fake numbers, at the end of the day, real numbers will stick around and fake numbers will fall off. So if you're doing legit business, and I've seen this in my city where a store would open up and they're already hitting $100,000, and I can tell you this, based on knowledge, internal knowledge, these guys are doing $17,000 and $12,000 a month right now because they started wrong. They started their business wrong, and they're doing false advertisement. And when a customer comes in to buy an iPhone 8 for $200, you're charging them $1,000. So there's a limit to that. At the end of the day, this is how you grow your business. This is how you last long, and this is what you learn out of this Gadget Repair Expo, because the people that go to Gadget Repair Expo are the ones that have a lot to lose. And when you learn business the proper way, you'll be here in 10 years, probably doing the same thing we're doing.
Or something more greater. And with that, I want to bring 2 more people on. So we're going to continue the conversation with them, but I wanted to bring them up because they are going to the expo. And so I'm just going to do it. Here we go. Because they are going. So, all right, you guys can turn on your camera now. So,
Can we get a drum roll, please? Can we get a drum roll? Hi, Christy.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, how you doing?
Accept my
and Repair Babe.
Hi, everybody. That's why I'm here.
Oh man, that is hilarious.
Repair Babe, you are a real person after all.
I'm real.
Oh my goodness.
She's real and she's fully dressed, so y'all.
That's right. Professional.
you said she's fully dressed. Thank God for small favors.
I always am.
So I want to say, me and Christy, we've talked about Repair Babe a lot between me and her, just trying to support and really kind of understand what was going on with her in her mind with these posts as female technicians. And so probably a few weeks ago, we reached out to Repair Babe, and we've just been getting to know each other really well. And it's been really awesome because let's be frank, guys, there's not too many women that are kind of really visible
When
in
you
this
talk
industry.
about marketing, she is a genius. I tell you, she is you are absolute
I got a
genius.
question for
I
that.
don't know if everybody sees it, but she is an absolute genius.
But what is
Yes.
she? I got a question for that. What is she marketing in CPRST? She doesn't offer anything B2B services, and that's all business owners. So who is she
That's
marketing
right.
to? It's not her audience.
We were going to get to that. We were going to get to
Yeah,
that.
we're
He's
going
trolling.
to explain
Don't pay
that.
him no attention. He's trolling.
Yeah, we were going to get to that.
She's promoting herself. That's what she's doing.
Yeah, and I think it started out by an accident. She didn't realize it was a tech group, and then she got so torn down, and then she just kind of owned it and kind of turned it into something fun, and was kind of getting that, just going along with what was going on. And I understand that because it's better to own something than let it break you down. You know what I mean? And we know that people can be pretty brutal. So, but we wanted to bring her on to say, hey, she's going to the expo too because she wants to learn, and she is a real technician. So she actually, you want to give a little bit of story about what you're doing? And WeHaw made a commercial with you actually recently.
Yep.
WeHaw.
I am a real technician. I've had my A+ and my Nut Plus since 2001. I've been in IT for over 20 years. Recently, maybe like 7 years ago, I got into a really bad accident and I couldn't keep working at the broadcast center. So I got into cell phone repair. I worked for Shurion. I worked for U-Break I Fix. By the time I got to the level of when I was in U-Break I Fix, I was managing 7 stores. I worked the stores by myself. Nobody helped me. Like literally, there was only one human being in the store, and that was and I was closing with $5,000, $4,000 a day off of repairs, off of sales. I did front of house, I did back of house, I did the repairs, I called the leads, I did it all. So what ended up happening was when I ended up leaving U-Break I Fix, I was making so much money for them, across 7 stores, bringing them in Greenwich Village. I bought a store from $20,000 to an $80,000 store. And then I was able to replicate that throughout the district. So I was powerful. If you do know anything about Shurion, my name is Bianca Shilley. Everybody knows me. I'm known from the East Coast to the West Coast. You know what I mean? Selling Home Plus, selling Cell Helmet. You know, when I go behind something, I actually put my whole heart into it. So I'm good at selling. And it was an accident. When I posted that video, I didn't realize. Okay, so it was a marketing idea. I was hoping to get into a group that had 10,000 people so I could post my video. One time, everybody watches it. I get 10,000 views. People are going to know what I'm doing. But I didn't unplug the battery, and Dustin tore me apart for that. And you know what? It worked in my favor.
I did not. I was so polite. Everybody else tore you apart because of your responses. Like, I was super polite. And I was like, hey, you didn't disconnect the battery. And then you were like, the battery's dead anyway. It doesn't matter. And then people tore you apart for that. I don't put that on me. I did give you a hard time.
But it was fun though, at first it was a little brutal, but then I started reading the messages and I was cracking up because it is hard being a female in this industry. People don't take me seriously. I'll be in the front of the house and someone will be like, hey, can you get the real technician?
Oh my gosh. That's happened to me.
That's the best. That's the best. They're like, where's the guy? Where's the guy?
Yeah, or I had a guy tell me, sweetie, do you want me to wait till technician's in? I was like, oh, good Lord.
I usually just walk to the back. I'm like, give me a second. And then I come back. I'm like, hi, I'm the real technician. Within half an hour, I'll fix their phone. I'll fix their device. They come back. They're floored that a female fixed their thing.
Right.
So that's really
but that will be different. If I walked into your store, I'd be like, I want her to fix my phone.
I mean, if you were to look me up on Google reviews, I have amazing reviews because people like my customer service. I'm genuine, I'm friendly, and I fix your device and I fix it with quality products. I don't try to cheat you. I don't steal. So that's really what it was. And then I posted a few other videos because I'm teaching myself how to solder. So I didn't know. I thought I did a great freaking job. I was so proud of myself. I was like, I'm gonna show these boys, and these guys were like, psh, psh.
Where is your store located?
Right here.
Yeah, so she's mobile now.
No,
so
city and state.
City and state.
Yeah, city and state.
oh, New York.
New York.
Tri-state area.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's like in the city?
Yeah,
New York?
I live 2 blocks away from Citi Field. I can walk to
Oh,
the
see, I know a lot of mobile techs in New
I-
York that do really well right from their home. I know tons of, we get a lot in our class.
Yeah,
I
and
can tell
so
from the accent she's from New York.
Yeah.
it made me want to do this for myself. So
Yeah.
I'm a real tech.
How
Honestly,
long do you
Babe,
have your
that's
store for?
awesome.
How long do
Or
you have your
Bianca,
store
if I can call your name, that's awesome. I'm really happy for you. I mean, it's all jokes and fun in CPRST, and it is a brutal place. I will tell you that.
It's terrible.
I was just telling a buddy of mine the other day.
You fit right in with everybody.
I'm the nicest guy in there. What are you talking about?
I had you blocked for a while, Dustin.
Well, that wasn't my fault, Christy. You blocked me because you're very political.
I don't. Sure.
So, okay, let's get back to the expo. What are you ladies excited about with the expo?
I just want to see the midget wrestling.
I knew it. I know it's coming.
That's number one for me.
Right.
Serious. I saw that. I'm like, yep, I'm going.
I'm actually in that competition.
What's the midget wrestling?
So
Midget
we're having
wrestling.
wrestlers after the event for anybody worried about branding and associating themselves. This is an after event that we're sponsoring. It is not during the expo. It's after the expo ends. Okay. We're paying for a cocktail party and there's going to be wrestlers there. It's going to be a lot of fun. But that's after the expo.
Let me say something about the midget wrestling. So these are actually very good friends of Jeremy Kwiatkowski, who's also the founder of the Gadget Repair Expo and the Repairs First Association. And Jeremy and Brad have another company, and they put on festivals and balloon shows and whatnot all across the country. And these guys, these wrestlers are professional. This is their career. This is their job. This is what they do. This is how they feed their family. And they put on multiple events all across the country. And we were able to get them at a reasonable price in San Antonio because they're putting on other events just like this right around the San Antonio area. So we're having to pay them, which is great. We want to pay them. We want to support their business. We support everybody in business. And so, one of the questions that had come up was, well, I think the word, midget is offensive. Well, that's what they call themselves. This group of people said, we are midget wrestlers. Our company is midget wrestling. That's what we are. So, that is the appropriate vernacular to address them, and that's what they want to be addressed as. So don't worry about it. I mean, nobody's, we're not doing anything like this. This is their idea. They're the one putting on the comedy show, and it's going to be a lot of fun. They're going to be going around doing pictures with people and all kinds of fun.
After the event.
This is after the trade show. It'll be upstairs in a separate room. Where we're having the cocktail party, and then right after that as well, they're going to put on their show. And so come with an open mind, meet them, greet them, talk to them, laugh with them, because they're going to be laughing with you. So they're really great people. We had a call. How long ago was it, Nicole? They were on the call with us.
They were on the call a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And they were really excited and happy that they could fit us into their schedule. And so I'm excited to have them. I don't want to spend too much time on that because I know some people might not agree with it. That's understand. You don't have to go. It's not going to be in your face. You're not going to see it when you're there. It's only after. Okay.
Can I ask Jeff a question?
You guys. Yeah, go ahead. Next question.
So Jeff, can you give me any some tips on your Black Friday deals this year? Because I always go. I always refer back to I think what would Jeff do? He's
gonna discuss that.
It's a new saying. What would Jeff do? I'm gonna make some bracelets for that.
So how important is it like the black? Because I've always known you for like the Black Friday deals. Anytime something like big happens. Like you are, I think that you're like a pioneer when it comes down to like the marketing aspect of it. So like how important are like the Black Friday deals to you? Is that like is that something you really, really put a lot into? Because it seems like you do every year.
Yeah. I mean, it's our biggest thing of the year, and I spend probably a month or two planning it. And I originally I was going to speak on the Black Friday, and I actually started writing it out, and I realized it's too much for me to speak about in 30 minutes. I really can't even break it down. I wrote 3 pages just straight on everything that I do for Black Friday. But yeah, it's extremely important in my eyes. And I look at it more as almost like a customer appreciation day. We have ridiculous deals, some of which that we actually lose money on, but that's in order to actually just get people in the door. And you'll notice when I post pictures in the group and stuff like that, that there's usually a line wrapped all the way around our building, waiting for hours in the morning before we even open up. And we make a whole event out of it. We have food trucks. We have my daughter sets up a lemonade stand and bake sale. We have stuff for kids to do. And we do giveaways all day long and things like that. So we try and make it this like really fun event for the community. And I advertise the hell out of it, honestly. Every avenue you can think of, I advertise it for about a month in advance. And it has a good turnout, and we make a ton of money on that day. And I just look at it as, that's how we kind of get the word out about our business in general, because we always see a lot of new faces and things like that. And then those people will come back, in the weeks and months to follow because they've learned about us. So I think that it pays off in the long run, almost more so than the short run. But that does also help us to just bump our numbers up in general, because I think we made 60,000 last year that day. So
I know a few stores, they do 60, 50, 48, 70 just in one day.
One day.
Right.
But they're prepared. Like what Jeff said now, give you guys the secret. He said there is some items I have to catch people's eyes, which is I'll have 10 iPhones, the hottest things, and I lose $25, $30 on the phone. I know I'm going to beat everybody's price. And that's what's going to bring people. You need a hook. Right, Jeff? You know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have
and that guy runs an ad, like he started a month. You gave me it's like you and I, we talked before, but we didn't about this. But the guy said 6 weeks he started hitting heavily Black Friday, come on over. We got this, we got that. And he spent about $3,000 to $4,000 on advertisement on social media, sometime more, to get that 60 grand. You got to invest. Jeff is not lucky when he gets to these numbers. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, when I did that, I unfortunately was not prepared for the response. So I literally took his idea and I did it. And we promoted the hell out of it, and I wasn't ready for the response.
Wow, you were busy.
Yeah, we didn't have enough to.
You sold out.
Yeah, we sold out.
Oh, you'll run out. You'll run out.
Yeah.
Where did you advertise? Somebody's asking, where do you advertise at?
Everywhere. Is the answer. I've gotten tons of ideas from Tony over the years when we've talked about it. I've gotten the ideas from Christopher here. He has great ideas, and Ahmed has great ideas too. But obviously, Facebook, Instagram, anything online is one of the biggest places you want. Talk about paid ads here. As well as regular posts and giveaways and things that actually engage the audience, things like that. But then also we've done billboards, radio, TV at times. We put out road signs, banners, word of mouth. We put out flyers. That's something Tony had talked about to me in advance. We print out flyers, a month in advance. We hand them to every customer. We put them out at different businesses around town, hang them up wherever we can. It goes on and on, the advertising, and that's something that I'm going to be talking about a little bit at the expo as well, just because it's so much, all the different things that you can do. And I've learned a few tricks and things over the years, free ways that you can advertise, but then also paid ways that work better than other ways. And I'd like to talk about that a little bit too.
We don't just sell devices. We give you advices too.
Yeah, devices and advice.
There is a question and or comment on from someone from Facebook. 60K sounds great, but what's the margin on what's the margin? 60K is 60K. I don't care what's the margin. The guy hits $60,000 in one day. The margin is good. Trust me. If he's making 10 grand, 15 grand, what are you? Yeah, 60K is 60K. There is stores don't even make 60K in 2 months.
In a
mean, you
year,
can't look
most
at it.
stores
You
don't make
can't-
it in a year. You know,
you cannot look at it from a 1 day point of view. You have to look at it from a monthly point of view. So if that
Right.
60K adds up to your business to hit 150,000,
Thank
you're
you.
probably making a minimum of $50,000 to $75,000. That's if you're really selling your stuff cheap. So
Thank you. I think
you know, you do the math, $60,000 in 1 day. You know, that's 1 out of 20 out of 30 days in a month. So if you're doing, you know, $2,000 to $3,000 every other day, you're at least, that puts you at $150,000. The margin would probably be 50 to 75,000 net, and
Yeah.
that isn't bad. You know,
It's
I
right.
know people that don't even make
and
that.
the marketing
Not-
and the branding and the
Exactly.
future connection and all the happiness that's going to give you the boost. I know Jeff is, we're looking, you know, Jeff right now is looking at, he's done with $1 million. Jeff is looking at 2 million and 3 million.
I don't think he have gotten back to work since last Black Friday. He's been on vacation.
vacations. He takes the best trips and the best photos. Jeff is a total photographer.
Well,
Oh,
he
thank
introduced me to what's his name, Blaine, the guy
Oh,
that
yeah.
did my commercial. Yeah. He I don't think he does that anymore, but he introduced me to him. He did one of our source commercial. We actually put on cable TV as well. Other things, you know, he did billboards. We do city buses. So there's other ways that you can do. There's like these seats for the city buses. You can actually put your business advertiser on there. So there's ways and places you can advertise that you can, and that's why you have Ahmed here. He'll tell you
Right.
about them.
You know, the Jeff, I had stores, they did $1 million, and I know what it does take to make $1 million store. It takes a lot. It takes open mind, trying different things, adding more products. You cannot do it from one product. You have to do multiple things, and it sounds like you got it figured out even better than me.
Yeah,
No, I know
this is
about
going to
that,
be
but-
so great. Thank you for coming to the expo, Jeff. We're so excited to have you. I'm just
Yes.
Tony, you're the one who recommended and reeled all this together. So thank you so much. You know, you are the key to Jeff. I appreciate that.
No problem. Well, I've seen results. Look, this is huge because I have, you know, it's not that I have people like Jeff, but I've met so many people like Jeff along the past 10 years where I gave him so much advices, and I've wanted to see success, you know, with them, and I've seen it. You know, I've seen people where they have not carried devices, and I helped them start carrying devices. I've seen people where they, you know, were at a smaller store scale, and now they're like Jeff, you know, at $1 million business. Chris here also, you know, we were chatting a few times about him carrying devices along the way, and he was doing just pre-orders for his customers. So Chris started doing orders as they go. So for his customers, whenever they come, they just pay, and he buys their devices from GSM Warehouse, and he sells it to them. But now he's able to keep enough stock in his store to keep customers going and coming back. So that's healthy. It's really good to see stores are doing that great. And, you know, based on my experience, I like Jeff said, you know, we're not the business owners that you ordinarily see in these groups or other places. We like to share our knowledge because I like to see other people successful. There's nothing to hide. You know, there's enough for everybody to eat. It's just how you run your business. You know, I think if somebody opens across the street from you, they can eat, you can eat, everybody can eat. So it just differs you from who you are and how you operate. And I think in my knowledge, if you do communication and public relations with the people around you, you are more healthier than the guy who's holding on to his
Right. I agree with you. Christy jumped off because she has a customer in her store, but a new person commented, what advice would you give a beginner who has always fixed his own phones? Take Cellbotics course, sign up for Repairs First. The courses are included there. And you're going to get a lot of support and training for operations and how to set up your business. You guys can give your advice too.
I guess Repair Bay got that.
Well, I was just gonna say, let me give a little piece of advice. So personally speaking, if you've always fixed your own phones, get a little bit of money together, make yourself an account with a great wholesaler. Mobile Centrics is a really good one. Buy yourself some amazing tools like Weha. Buy yourself some great tools. Buy a few parts and then get yourself a blue mat, get yourself an ESD strap, and get yourself a good heat gun. As long as you have a few parts, you can actually start doing mobile repairs. Marketing is amazing if you do door-to-door marketing. Go to every neighborhood, go to the coffee shops. I mean, it's a little easier here in New York because you have about 17 businesses lined up next to each other, but you literally just go in. And being a female, I guess I have a better advantage than you guys because even though I'm not the real tech, when I walk in, I'm just like, hey, my name is Bianca, I fix phones. And you give them your business card. Listen, you have cell phones, even if it's not for your business. Your children have cell phones, they have computers, they have laptops, they have tablets. You have to go around telling people what you do. Get yourself a good Facebook account, get yourself a great name, go to namecheap.com or GoDaddy, buy yourself a domain name for $7 for 2 years, and then go get yourself copywritten. Get your name copywritten, get yourself an LLC so no one can steal your name, and then start selling t-shirts like the Repair Babe t-shirts.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's pretty big. But I would say if you're just starting, you want to make sure you're fixing properly. I think that's the biggest thing I see. We do see a lot of people that are like, hey, I bought a driver, I bought a heat gun, let me start fixing, and they jack up a bunch of people's phones. Let's not do that. So get proper training. YouTube is great. There are some really good channels, but practice a little bit before you start damaging other people's stuff. And then Dustin's got to fix all your stuff, which I'm sure he doesn't mind. You can reach out to him anytime to mail those things to him. But we don't want to burn our industry by just picking up people's devices and trying to make money. Okay.
Yep.
So there are platforms. Listen, Repairs First, it's $69 a month. You get all the business course, hardware training, everything. So you don't go and jack up somebody's stuff. And you're not just burning your name, you're burning the industry's name too. Okay. So make sure you know what you're doing, and you can do all of that stuff too. So you can make your group, make your name, do all of that kind of stuff. But you need to make sure that you've got this repair down. And if only the devices you fixed is your own in your drawer, you're talking about a paying customer who has $1,000 device who you need to respect that a little bit. You know what I mean? And then you get to talk to somebody like Brian, who really holds your hand through starting and getting going. Let's see here.
And the video vault, the video repair vault that's included.
Oh yeah, and we have a training course that's included with that platform for that fee.
What is that question?
Yes.
With carpet floor? I think Dustin, isn't there a shortage when you fix phones on a carpet floor?
I think it's a joke. I think someone.
It is a joke. Yeah,
he was definitely joking.
But
yeah,
well, I'm not a technician. That shows you I'm not a technician.
That's not good. No carpet. No
that's not good. There's a stat.
Yeah,
right?
It's definitely not. You don't want to do this. Electric static discharge (ESD). That's going to be definitely what you get. But yeah, just like Repair Babe. Bianca was your name, so I can stop calling you Repair Babe.
Right.
I mean, I kind of like Repair Babe. I am Bianca. I am Bianca. Yes. Yeah. And I do real repairs for those who wanted me to do repairs with carpets or solder the battery. I do real repairs just in case.
But one thing I wanted to touch on is what I would recommend is on top of the repair first is YouTube. If you're about to start a repair on a device you've never worked on before, definitely open up a YouTube video, an iFixit guide, something that shows you the way that the device is taken apart, because every single year, Apple throws in a new component, a new piece, somewhere that you are going to damage it, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. So it only takes 5 to 10 minutes to look at the video and say, okay, this is how this device comes apart properly. Now I know what to look out for. And also, on one more note on that, YouTube videos, it's always easier in the video than it is in real life. They always peel that back glass off, no problem, or that battery. They just like, oh, we'll just take this out. And in reality, it's such a pain. So just take your time, be patient with it, and know that they already tore that device down in the video. So this is not the first time.
Are real time. They're not like YouTube. So our repair content that we have on the Repairs First platform included, it's real time. So videos can be 30, 40 minutes and your YouTube video is 5 minutes. Remember, they're building videos for the algorithm, for clicks, for watch time, whereas you've got instructional style videos are a little bit different. But and I know Dustin Knight does some stuff like that too. He does instructional style videos, so shout out to him. All right, so I know we're done past an hour already, and I want to respect everybody's time. Do you want to add anything before we go? Everybody's going to be at the expo that's on this call, so excited to meet you in person, Bianca.
I know. I can't wait to meet everybody. That's what today's post was about, with sipping coffee. I can't wait to see you guys.
I figured that's what that was about. But at the same time, Repair Babe, you've got to get a shirt that says Repair Babe so people can identify you easier.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
No more brawls, Repair Bear. No more brawls.
Sounds to me like Dustin is going to have a CPRST news event and sponsoring Bianca.
100%.
There you go. There you go.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Remember, she's got a Weehaw commercial, guys, so she's not that bad. Weehaw did a commercial with her. Okay.
I mean, they were talking to me too, but I'm not.
I
don't look as good. I'm not going to lie. I think they went in the attractive direction.
Somebody said, "What expo? Are you kidding me? Do you not see the banner across your?"
We've been talking about the expo for 6 months.
What are you talking about? This has got to be a sarcastic.
We're sitting over here talking about the expo, about what the value.
And don't forget, if you don't know what expo, get the ticket. It's free right now.
Yes, get the tickets free.
I did see some people,
or just sneak in.
Repair Expo in April that were new to the industry. So there was some people at the Atlanta Expo, the Gadget Repair Expo, that were actually coming there to decide how they're going to proceed on opening their first location. So there is advices that you're going to get from, people that's been down this line before you. Like Jeff said, you can probably save 10 years worth of knowledge in one visit. So don't try to do it yourself. Pay the ticket, pay the hotel. The ticket is free here. Go there, consider it as a vacation, learn 10 years worth of experience under one roof for free.
Yeah.
Love it.
I mean,
this is going to be great. Okay. Well, I'll see you guys all at the expo. Thank you all for being here. Jeff, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming to talk to everybody. Dustin, thank you for everybody, really, So I just can't wait to see all you guys at the show. And we'll see you. We're going to be live tomorrow with Amazon. So do not miss the live tomorrow. This is going to be very eye-opening. And remember, if you have a ticket, you can book a call. I mean, actually, not a call, a one-on-one personal meeting with the Amazon rep, okay? If you're serious, do not book a meeting with Amazon if you're like, hey, I don't even sell devices. Can I start? Like, you need to be selling devices, understand what that is, and then you want to start selling on an online platform. Okay, let's take this serious.
Quick question on that, and I'm not interested in as I don't sell devices, but is that going to be something where the appointments are going to be limited? Because that sounds like a hot commodity for, and I feel like it's going to be filled up quick. So if you are interested in that, it would be something that I jump on sooner rather than later, because it does sound like a great opportunity.
Yeah, and I think she's going to do 15-minute increments. So it's going to be a quick, how are you? How do we connect? And then she's also going to be connecting via email.
2 weeks left, guys.
And make sure you guys listen, ladies and gentlemen, all on the call or even listening to this later. The email going out to invite you to have a meeting with the Amazon rep is only going to ticket holders. So you have to have a ticket and enter in your email address. That is a valid email address for you to receive the email from us, giving you access to make an appointment with this company. So I just wanted to make sure I know Nicole's already said it 2 or 3 times, but
no, this is great. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
So if you're sneaking in with me, then this is not going to work. Sorry, guys.
Sneaking in with you.
We can take you down and you guys sneak in. Okay?
Dustin.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'll talk to most of you tomorrow, and then we're going to be live almost every day leading up to
2 weeks.
So 2 weeks, guys. Get your tickets. Come on.
Book your hotel.
Everybody got to go.
Thank you, everybody.
Got her ticket, her hotel, her ticket.
Thank you,
She's ready
guys.
to go. All right, bye, guys.
See you, Jeff. Take care. Bye-bye.